the world's human rights court in France, Strasbourg, France, is right now considering one of the old concepts. Long ago they were arguing how many angels could stand on a needle point. I don't know if that's anything that's worth debating, because how can you know? I mean, they're trying to come up with something fantastic, and that angels are so invisible that maybe all the whole heaven could be on a needle point, but who knows? And it's that important. So now they're considering whether the cross should be in public schools. Now, this lady from Finland, living in Italy, and she's saying that the schools should uphold the secular principles and avoid any religious sort of symbolism in the school. Now, this reminds me of America. When America was considered a Christian nation, but a Hindu from India came over here and said, you know what, I'm an American, but I'm a Hindu, and therefore this can't be one nation under God when I don't believe in your God, so it got to be neutral. So listen to the principles of the arguments in these two cases here. The situation is that the cross is a religious symbol, but many people are purporting that it's a symbol of Christianity and of the God of heaven and Jesus and all that stuff, because Christ died on the cross. And Paul says that he glories in the cross. But first of all, Christ was crucified on the cross simply as an insult. He didn't have to die on the cross. It's just that God saw that he would die on the cross and mentioned it, because he just came to die, to shed his blood and to die. That was enough. So if the problems of the world had caused him to collapse and he had busted his head on the ground, that would have been enough, because he shed his blood and it's because of the sins of the world that caused it. So that would have been enough. He hadn't to go to the cross. Or if, well, again, the Bible predicted that no bone will be broken and none of that kind of stuff, so that, not necessarily that it wasn't important. It's just that God saw it wouldn't happen. Now, when Paul said that, so the cross, basically, my understanding is that it was a T. It wasn't as it seems today. You bring it down the cross, remember, along, so you have a piece of the vertical at the top, so it looks like the present cross. It was a T, and it was dedicated to the god Talmuz, so that they crucified Christ on their name of their important deity, Talmuz. Now, when Paul says, I glory in the cross, did he say that the symbol of paganism is what he is so thrilled about and that makes his day? No, he's saying that the whole experience of the cross, in other words, on the cross when Christ died, salvation was completed, and individuals have assurance that since the lamb and the shedding of blood sacrifice is over, that by looking at Jesus and talking to him and praying and asking for the whole 9 yards, it's going to be accomplished. And the cross is the medium through which it happened. But not that he was saying that, you know what, I'm going to have a cross wearing around my neck, and I even have one on my plate, because this is what saves me. No, he's just saying that on that cross, that experience of Christ's death, that's what is important. So he wasn't glorying in that wooden structure. He was glorying in the sacrifice that Christ made. And so, whether you have a cross or you don't have a cross, it's the same thing, because a cross doesn't mean anything. It's just a pagan thing. And if you don't have a cross, it's pagan. So she's saying that secularism is important. But that also is evil, and that is paganism. So that I don't see the point, but the justices had given permission for atheists and other pagans to receive crosses, which was true, because that is their symbol. But not having a cross is also a part of the voodoo. So, is either you're serving God or not. I mean, it was, I think Joshua said, how long or Moses, how long will he between two opinions? If God be God's servant, if Baal be God's servant. So that they're definitely not choosing to serve God. So whether they have a symbol in the cross, in the classroom, or they don't have no symbol, it's straight up Satanism. So I don't see the point. But there we go again.